Looks like I am now live. Thank you guys for tuning in. Space Engineers is just fun and crap out of just Space Engineers. It's working now again on my computer, so hey, bring back a fun series. So I started a little bit, just making sure everything's working fine. Did a little bit of building this. It's not the completed project, of course. Never is. Everything's always constantly evolving, changing, and who knows what the hell else. So, let's take a little brief tour. So, I kind of just threw medical center right up there. Just for now. Kind of starting on building the. I got a little bit of ways to go on it. Need to really find some silicon, and I found a good uranium deposit. I have it marked. The only problem is I gotta watch which way I approach because there is a raiding station over there. Pirates everywhere. I figure I'd get ahead. Go ahead and just allows chewing it up, putting it in my refinery, or more likely my arc furnace. Getting a good chunk of it. Got a bit here and a bit down here. I'm not going that heavy on iron. I am. But along the lines of just to get a decent amount of each. So I can work on building this because eventually that drill's going to go. I just threw it on there to have it there and got a good chunk of ice. Build up my oxygen tanks pretty quickly. Kind of line ourselves with this. Now this ship is very slow, only has one thruster getting us to where we want to go. That's gonna change. I'm gonna have like a fat back, kind of like narrow in the front, and it gets wider towards the back. So some of these oxygen generators I have set on there right now are going to be going somewhere else, and sorts of different changes to it because my designs evolve over time. And that's how Space Engineers works, is you're always evolving how you're playing, how you're doing everything. Slow down a bit because I only have one forward braking thruster and it's right under this drill. But this ship has a bit of everything, so I have the hydrogen collection mod on, but I'm not using the scoops because I think they're a little overpowered. The collectors barely collect anything compared to how much you burn. While the scoops, on the other hand, you can be flying and you'll be scooping at the same time. Hydrogen tanks, almost full actually. Probably turn my oxygen off. Just to save some iron. I need to start draining the tanks. Like 3 tanks and they're maxed out. So this is not on a server. Just because I haven't found one I liked. If you guys have suggestion about a server that you like and it's a decent server, oh hell yeah, I'll try it out. But it's just finding one with the right mod set and all that. Now the hydrogen collectors, they can go, but seeing how this is a personal save game, whole other story. Nice thing about this drill all this on it. It can go pretty far into an area. Find something out. Thing is, some of these asteroids I visited with the respawn ships, so I'm trying to be a little cautious about what I'm picking up. I'm hoping this is what I think. It's not, but it's a good resource. It's magnesium right there. Oh, and there is platinum on this thing. Yes. I was wanting some. Now, I found that the ore detectors actually have a range on them now. So it's not a set range anymore. You can set the range. Max is 150 meters. So, bit of a distance. I want to be able to protect this ship a bit later. Gonna be essential, or I'm gonna be taking on pirates. I'm gonna need ammunition. I have plenty. I took out a mining ship. It dropped a lot of ammo. It died only once, but it was intentional. I slowed it down to tie up the main gun. The interior turret almost took me out. Went underneath of where it was. Took the blackout underneath it. The mining ships aren't that bad. There's actually quite a few blind spots. If you know where to, which is basically you zip in directly behind it, take a few rounds, hope he doesn't take you out right off the bat. And then there's going in the front, but the risk with that is you might not get hit as much, but there's a chance of you dying on impact. It's, you know, something to try to avoid. Actually, gonna place a new coordinate. This will be put agate flat, just for the marker's sake, so I know that there's a huge magnesium deposit here, and it's going to be easier for me to be able to get back here, get more, because this spot's going to be saved because I'm messing with the asteroid, unless they've changed how the game recognizes asteroids you messed with and whatnot. You could re-render and you can do it right. You don't touch a whole section, jump out, jump back in, it re-renders it. Puts in different materials. But I'm thinking they've changed that since the last time I was really able to play a lot. I've done servers with people before. It's a hell of a lot of fun. At one point they were putting in different builds for that people have made and put on Steam. And the funny thing was, on the servers you can go and find them out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if they've changed that since they've introduced planets, because before that, planets has been out for a while. But we found a derelict station. One guy claimed one side, I claimed the other one, hacking the turrets and all that. Log out, go get something to eat, come back later, and my side's destroyed because he had the exterior turrets. They shot the living crap out of my side because we were part of a faction but didn't recognize what we've individually claimed as a faction. So, like, the ship he found completely took control over was fine. The one I started making was gone. Giant pile of debris. I'm gonna be getting quite a bit of this. You can't beat that much platinum. You really can't. You just throw this in. I'm gonna fill that up a bit. That way it doesn't throw it in there. There's stuff I want to throw on before it gets to platinum. Efficiency upgrades and all that. Because platinum, get that efficiency up, you nearly get the whole damn thing. But it's essential for a lot of builds. Space engineers. Even workshop items. Like the nanite assembler. Or the nanite factory, which is more commonly called. It actually takes a lot of platinum builds. Actually, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and slap that stuff on. Actually get that built. I should have all the materials for my deconstructing, and I got the beam drill turret, which is actually really nice to have. But like I said, the superconductor conduits take a shit ton of platinum. What I might do is just have the regular beam drill, which is fine. It's actually pretty decently good. Just this is like an automatic, but it sucks up a shit ton of power overall. Like, you almost burn more power using it than what you get out of it almost. It's very, very close. On this. Speed module. Speed module works on the assembler and refinery, but the yield only works on the refinery. We're wanting a bit of this. I have a few. I was taking apart a ship. Boom. The only thing I might not have is at the or oh, it doesn't take that. Oh, that's actually nice because I have enough for all. Yeah, actually. I'm gonna have a bet. Either I'm gonna make a new ship and make it a lot more efficient. I just kind of threw this together to start with. It's just basically along the line. Starting out and stuff done. That needs large steel too. But I think these don't need that. Metal grids. I have a few of those. Dismantled a bunch, but I still have a few. If I need to, I can remake them because now I have the necessary material. Boom. I'm shy one. Oh, I might finally ran out. Boom. I'm waiting on silicon. So that's my little break right now for that. They probably even need one. Now that this is going, this is gonna make everything process a shit ton more. It's not gonna run out. Essentially, it's gonna be super efficient. So Power efficiency is 150%, which isn't, it's a lot better. Effectiveness is 168%. I think part of it went down because of power efficiency. Or they've changed how that works. Overall, not bad. I just need to see how I have. Oh, 4 days worth not doing squat. Isn't too bad because it's not actively refining uranium at the moment. The only thing is I can only put 2 on this one. That's not too bad. It really isn't. Leave that alone. For right now, this is good. What I could eventually do later on is take this section out, revamp how this whole thing is. I'll probably keep all the tank stuff in place. Now, if you're going to get rid of a tank on a ship, the easiest way to do it is build another tank and then go and put stockpile on that new tank. Have them completely drain that one. Or just your regular tanks too. That's the easiest way I've found to doing it. I think I actually punched through the platinum. I have that. $31. So I'm sitting on top of about, say, 72. Actually, yeah, that's gonna be good for a while. In fact, I'm only getting stone now, so I punched through a bit. I'm gonna keep the stone because you need the gravel for reactors. So I'm gonna let that stone stay, but eventually we're gonna get a system if we're gonna continue this as like a mining ship, a large mining ship. That it will eventually sort the rocks out. Lost my train of thought for a second. Mars and planet over there. Now, if you start a server, do a regular respawn ship, like if you can choose, mind you. Sometimes you can't choose. I don't want to be going that way. I found third person. Now this is like really bare bones. I've done design ships before. I have a couple on Steam. This was back way before planets. So they're essentially self-sufficient to a degree. They have batteries. One has a reactor, a couple solar panels, a couple has 2 oxygen farms, just enough to keep a person alive. It has all the basic necessities like a refinery, assembler with mods attached to it. So if you want to check them out, look up Ocean Raid on Steam, and that's what they're under. I might update them here. They're all vanilla shit, so there's no mods in them. I'm neat. Silicon. That's all I haven't found yet. Yeah, that's why I just haven't found yet. Nice. No, actually. And, well, technically I haven't found silver yet. But the only thing that takes silver is, here we go. Medical components. I got some, I don't have a whole lot. It was what I found on that one ship. I do have ships randomly spawning in. That's how that mining ship I found kept taking over. It actually collided with the asteroid I was mining out of. Really weird. Never seen that happen. I remember when planets first came out. They were crashing to all over the place because they hadn't scripted them to spawn outside of a planet. They spawn in a certain distance from you, and they're supposed to cut across. They go through a certain cross section of your radar range. You can pick them up, and then you go decide. Oh, I'm gonna go take this. The only thing I miss that they don't have anymore is the private sales. Well, not sale, private sale, which was basically a ship that just had a bunch of solar panels on it. Because the awesome thing about that was it didn't you never got much resources off it, but you at least could get solar panel for your ship, and you're able to do a bunch of stuff for it. Not burning through a whole lot of power. Throw this in a container. What it's gonna do, it's gonna automatically sort it in. It's gonna distribute it equally. There we go. Oh, I thought I zipped past it already. It's how the sun hits it sometimes. It blends into the back like its own camouflage. Speed up a little bit. We're getting close. And oh, if you guys didn't know, there was a rare event last night. It was called a super lunar eclipse moon, which means the moon was closest to the Earth as it's going to be, and it also was a lunar eclipse, which ended up being right behind the Earth. So it turns into like a blood moon at that point. Now, lunar eclipses are pretty common, but a super moon at the same time, extremely rare. Me and my wife woke up and watched it together this morning because the best view in the western states was at like 5 in the morning, which isn't early for us. We have very early jobs and all that, so. But it was pretty romantic, not gonna lie. He loved it. Oh, I have extra thrusters going up and down. Utilize them. What I'm eventually gonna do is throw some thrusters on, because we have hydrogen. Why not? by this. We're gonna eventually get further and further from the planet. It's not like I don't like building on planets. I like preparing to land on planets. Like you're a colonist or something like that. That's how I like role playing this game. Is you're a engineer from a colony. Kind of go, but if it is, silicon's kind of white, so. But I won't know until I get closer because that could also be ice. I'm just hoping it's silicon. I think that's what it is. I think it is ice. A little closer. That's what that is. That's ice. So we're just going to kind of skirt around this. Now, I like having more compact designs. This has more like a wing design. I think it's because of my Vorion influences. I like the wing concepts for you got fighter bait. We're gonna kind of fly through the middle. It'll activate everything. There's a nice open gap here. Silver. I might actually go ahead. Even though it's mainly used for medical components, there's a couple. Let that go. I think the superconductor coils, gold. Something else that uses silver. Yeah, reactor components. So that's actually, I don't have a whole lot of it, and if I want a large reactor, something I'm gonna do. Figure out where that's at. I could bore through rock, but I would prefer not to. I guess it's on the inside, and there's enough room for us to maneuver this. I don't mind having like small mining fighters and all that. It's just small mining. Okay. Yeah, I've been playing Vorion, but last time I played this, they didn't stay on very well. I think they've changed quite a few things about it, but the game's running a lot better. Streaming this and running it right now, I haven't dropped 60 FPS, and it used to drop me down by a shit ton. I'd be getting around 30. And I've modified my computer a little bit to make it run a bit better, but I just, oh. Most of this stuff is usually right on the surface at some point. Finding that, but I think what happened here is it actually is buried. I'm gonna try to find a spot where it's that this thing is a really big drifter, but it's also got 300,000 kilograms. I am wondering, yeah, that's in it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a simple conveyor system. It's just gonna be a sorter and an ejector. That right on top of my hydrogen tank. I bet, yeah, it's looking like it's How are they off? That's why I have that there. Now that it's on, I won't die. Thanks. Here. Take those. My body can go bye-bye. Actually, I don't like having... that's fine. Be gone, your body. Here's my ship. Find it. So this is going to be actually a simple build. We're going to get a conveyor sorter and an ejector. They're pretty simple. Boom, and then ejector. Oh, that's right, there only are for small. You gotta use a connector for this. So what we're gonna do here is, I'm gonna look at this, what I need, interior plates. Go in here, we're gonna grab interior plates and exterior and normal plates. Started. Might need those, I'm not 100% sure. Else I can... Wait. Oh, I don't have motors. Kind of. I have motors. Did I use up? I used them all up. Here. We are gonna make 300 of you little bad boys. Go ahead. Top 20 off. I don't think it's that many if I do them. Stop it. That'll be enough. This is simple. Just don't tell it to start sorting things right off the bat. Thing there. All sealed. Nice shit. Honey. Boom. All done. Oh, we're just gonna have it be a rock chucker. And it's pretty efficient about it too. That's a nice thing about using connectors for it. It hooks big chunks of it, and they hold a bit, depending on your settings. If you have the 10 times factor, your small containers almost hold more than the large containers on. We're gonna want their sorter here. We are gonna want it to whitelist. Stone. Add, I believe this is the correct thing. What we're gonna do is just tell it to drain all. That's this. We're gonna drill a couple stone just to make sure it's doing its job. Last thing I want to do, throw out goodies like stuff I need. Back in my youth, I've had components flying out, trying to kick the stone out. Yeah, it's not all that bright. Okay. Let's unsort all now. Here. Oh. Right. So it's working like planned. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have throw out on. So this thing's gonna automatically push it in there, and it's just gonna kick it out. About 6K each. That's not too bad. I think my drill's long enough to get in there for this. So use go first person for this. We're gonna find a wrinkle and go with the wrinkle to get at that. You want to just find the best entry point that will get us closest to it. If we need to, we'll expand it, move further in, stuff like that. One way is right clicking, clear out a big area. There's the silver right there. You want to get a bit of this. Now bumping around won't do that much damage. We're gonna kind of make this bigger more on the inside than it is on the outside. Like my thrusters are keeping up with the wiggle. That's a good thing there. I bet you this doesn't have that much silver in it. This is where my thruster sitting, hitting the bottom now. The only bad thing about doing it that way, fucking rocks out, it can lag your server up. Or your computer. Depending on what you have for settings for stuff floating around. There. There's pulling out. I have silver wise. That much. Probably good for now. Yeah, that's more than enough. Actually pretty nice. It wasn't too, or I couldn't get it. It's shallow enough behind the surface there for me. Think it might do. Actually, I might just work on building on the ship a bit now. Because it's getting to a point where I have so much loaded in it, it's not very effective at slowing itself down. What we're going to do is we're going to start a few more thrusters. We're going to work on going backwards first. Braking power is a good thing to have. Boom. We're gonna kind of grab miscellaneous things that I know it's gonna need. Construction components, steel. We're gonna save the thruster components for last. Because I know I have plenty of those. They're a little bit scattered, but don't need them. Tubes. Pull on that. Boom. Now it's gonna restrict how much I might do. Through 2 thrusters back to that just right now. Just going side to side. I'm fine with how well that's doing right now. Components. Boom. Off. Oh, that's full. Grab all those. It should build both of these fairly easily. If it doesn't, I should be 32. Yeah, I'll have 10 left over. The only thing is this is going to increase the energy output, which is expected, but no, there's a couple things I can obviously add. I can add hydrogen thrusters, like using them for emergency brakes and for upward thrust. Just going in the plant, stuff like that, getting back out. Now, atmospheric thrusters are good. There's actually a guy, can't remember it off the top of my head, done a phenomenal job with a respawn ship. What it does is there's a countdown timer. You can't stop the timer. You have to literally find it right off the bat, and you have to find the contingency ones. And like that yellow band there is where it's supposed to land. There's a major issue with though. If you get in a rocky area, so what happens is parts of it blow off, then you're stuck with a ship and you're going to crash land it no matter what. It's going to suffer damage. But the thing is, you hit the side of a mountain, it's going to tumble down the mountain, it's going to destroy everything. Like this guy thought of putting stuff in it to make sure that you at least build a assembler in a refinery, maybe get some power going to it. The only issue is if it tumbles down that mountain and destroys all those cargo containers that has that stuff in it. It's one thing. Anyway, now that those are in, we're still going to go on our quest for go to this area here. I like this response a little bit better. At least I know the braking power is going to be roughly the same, so that works well for turn. We are using up our oxygen without the oxygen generator refilling it. But I don't think I've drained it that much. Throw these in now. Yeah, we've barely put a dent in it. We've only 70 liters. They were all at 100%. Could use stockpile on these two. Oh, does it only let you? Oh, yeah. So actually, the more accurate number is 229. Bit of a course correction here. Just hoping there's silicon on this because I want to get the rest of those built. So if I want to let the game run, I can let it run. Get those materials processed. Big concern there. I have energy shields and a couple other ones. Energy shields are good. Light shields don't use much power, but if you want to make super shielded heavy battle cruiser, kind of along the lines of can't have them on all the time, just for the sole fact of they just use that much power. If you want to see more stuff like that, Wasted Space and XP gamers do a lot of those types of fun ship to ship battles. Up a bit. I'm actually gonna do order up jump drives. Is do a beam drill. Off the normally I do. Not wanting to show itself. There we go. Up that time to slow down. That's gonna be ice or bit closer. This is a little bit to slow down. Ice. My guess it's really. Oh, it's mixed in. That little light stuff there. That's silicon mixed in with ice, and I could use both. Or is that. Here's the test. We're going to drill in this and get this in as far as we can go. See if we get some, because I bet you this ice is right on top of it. Oh, it's purple. That's mixed in with the ice by the looks of it. If I picked any up. Oh, alright, I haven't even hit it. I could always use the ice. This is be kind of it. What I did before. Except we're gonna make enough room to actually go really in there. I have to line this up right, because basically my cockpit's going in there. I think I finally hit it. There we go. Getting a bit. What we're gonna do is throw this right in there. Get some of that cranking out. At least I found it. I could use the batteries and stuff too before I get those done. Oh. Oh. Solar panels and all that. And the oxygen hydrogen farms. It'd be cool if the modder for the hydrogen farms used ice and it produced a bit of oxygen and hydrogen. Basically warm the ice up, turn it to water, and use electrolysis to separate the two. That would be a good way of doing it. There's a mod that does that, but it also has a hydrogen reactor to it. And it's not a bad mod, but the hydrogen reactor kind of breaks the game. Because you can literally land on a ice cap, get all the ice out of it, throw it on your big ship. Now, the reactors don't produce as much as a nuclear reactor, but it's enough, in my opinion, that if you have a heavily batteried ship that's meant to take a good chunk of the energy when you turn your shields on, that's where it gets broken. They can recharge those batteries and have enough power to get you around. we wanna get a shit ton of this. Like, I'm wanting like 2K. More than I got of my uranium. There is this cobalt can actually go over here. And some more of this silicon on here. Production should be pumping all that out. The only thing it's going to be needing is nickel, which... Oh, it's putting it in the cockpit now, too. Oh, it's producing enough nickel. It's just not keeping up with the assembler, which is fine. We're also picking up a shit ton of ice. Well, I am. There we go. Really getting in there and getting that silicon. My idea is actually max out stuff, then work on building this here. Go for it. So I don't want to bump too much. This is how much I've bored out. I'm fitting like almost the front half of my ship in. And I punched through to the other side of this, so... I'm gonna carefully mine this out without breaking anything. We're just gonna take this whole thing. Or at least a crap ton of it. Back up. Just so I can get a better angle in that one spot. Get back to it. I think I'm actually getting a little too much now. Get a little too far ahead of myself. Back out. Let's look at my resources here. 24 there. This thing's basically maxed out. Bunch of ice. Oh yeah, I believe I have more than enough. I have 300,000 kilograms of it. And enough ice that I can shave it carefully and make enough snow to make all the little boys happy in Africa see snow for the first time. Essentially. I think I have a lot of reasons. The only thing I might not have enough of is iron overall. Else, a little low on the silver side. The only thing I can see is don't have a whole lot of. For now, that's good. Oh, it's almost done pumping all. Off for now. Now it's gonna slow production. This front, turn it back on. That's actually letting some stuff get caught back up. Quite a bit of this. I want to get the collectors going. Not like we're gonna run out anytime soon, but I like to have a way of collecting it. I've done stuff similar to this where I leave like an old ship as like a refuel station, where I'll leave it above a planet, fly my landing ship down, then I'm done, I fly it back up. And if it needs a refill of hydrogen and stuff, this has a full tank. Connect it, stockpile it, suck it dry, basically. Suck it so hard that there's no gas left in that. Anyways. It. Fine, actually. Lots of full containers. And get that uranium find. Develop a sort system. Backup. Here. Get the hydrogen ones. Go. Now, what I can do is get some of these filled up on oh, bless me. Build. Build like I've never built before. Yeah, enough that I can leave it running. Not the big thing to do is not park this close to an asteroid. So like if the sun hits this way, on it, planet. I haven't tracked it enough to know what it wants to do. But if it decides to do that, then that's where we're gonna have an issue. Because it does produce enough to sustain one person, but if it's blocked out a good chunk of the time, is a whole nother. On planets, want to have about 3 or 4 per person instead of 2. Full fact. Production here. 7. Have that one left, and some of this stuff may on circumstance. I'll eventually do. This is gonna have like a top deck, cockpit, or it might up. Might be a secondary cockpit. Along those lines. Here's the. Just trying to get in what I want next. Could do. They're going there. Here. Conveyor blocks here. Have forward hydrogen thrusters there. Here, remove. Actually, top port. That's why these might. I want them. Looks of it. The is I gotta wait. Let it get more power for. Get a little bit kicked out. Slow and heavy. Now I know for sure. Box down here. Thrusters down. Get the conveyor toolbar slot 5. Gonna be mostly conveyor blocks of type. Big, small. Connectors. Don't do much with all that. And these parts aren't. Rotors aren't actually rotors. When you can do it right. And like a couple. Now this stuff is gonna be if I make the ship bigger. At this point, it's not gonna get into situations. I'm gonna basically I might do that on up here. Self-defense type deal. Now, if you want to make a sealed ship, the easiest way to do it is with full connect. Just have them sitting on the outside. Now, bad, but you mainly need to make sure that it's spots where it might not get hit easily. I can see a lot of stuff going down where it doesn't end well. Here. Blocks, essentially. Now, there's going to be more to it than I might kick that out at some point. But as of right now, worth it. Don't want him to go out too far. Because the main issue is I don't want to block the. Boom, that can go down, have one go forward, backwards. Here. Boom. Boom. Just a bit more. That can't go. That's fine. Oh. Boom. Boom. What I'm going to do is place them on, then I'm going to assign them to a group. That way I can turn them off and on as needed. Not have to let them burn hydrogen. You can get, this game's really generous with ice. You just don't want to accidentally start burning the fly when. Small. Go. Save. This. Toggle it off. All working fine. Build them. It's I just want to get all start pick up the other pieces I need. Have enough plates and want to make sure get all the small steel tubes out. Oh, more. Bad. This one. Ooh. All steel tube. First. Go. This side built first. Be cool if you're in your cockpit and also refilled your hydrogen and oxygen bottles. I'm gonna have to tell. Oh, you took them, didn't you? All my large tubes. I see how you are. Oh, I still got some. Weird. Don't leave. Infinite ammo because it runs on power. Run that first. Some of this up a bit. Densing, it's not that bad. It's just want to get a certain thing. Does that. Pick up more of those because I know I'm going to need them. Built. Go one down. It doesn't steal my materials again. Meh. All. No, power cells I use as fillers, so they kind of fill in certain places. All they do for me. Like next to gyroscopes, is anywhere I can fit it. Sometimes the more batteries you have, the better off your ship is. Especially if you have them on auto. So when your ship's not doing squat and just sitting there, recharges. But when you're doing like a lot of maneuvers and stuff like that, it's taken from the batteries too. And then the hydrogen thrusters out of the construction. Get some more. Enough steel tubes. I think those grates. I like condensing. Then you can get what you need. Boom. I don't want to put solar panels on quite yet. Kind of figure out where I'm wanting them to begin with. The big issue here. I need to actually just fully build this out the way I want it to. Just fill it in with light armor. Outside den. All I have to worry about now is it just getting this stuff built. Getting the resources that I need. All things. Do some batteries. Which will burn up a bit of energy, but that's not going to be too bad. All that. Might as well. There we go. Yeah, that was the one I did earlier. Get that pump out. Start getting the rest of this built up while that's just cranking those out. Thing is, I love hydrogen thrusters for braking because just the amount of power they put out. Nice. I love it. Sooner than I thought. This one finished. Preferably not be in front of it. No, they're shut off, but you know, safety first. OSHA regulations. I don't think it. No, I think they actually control the safety of NASA too. That's thought right there. Their actual OSHA regulations on being a space engine. I have to look that up. One side's almost done. I am actually quite happy about that. Boom. One side of hydrogen thrusters now completed. I might do is remove the front ones built, move them back, build this area up, bump this up one, take that off. Here, one, bad. I like building redundant ships, which function no matter what. Some part of them function. That's a very tempting target. I'm not gonna lie. And let's see what's inside that. Good still. I need 6 tubes. What I actually need to do is get rid of those. See about getting the rest of these built. Yeah, like I thought it's gonna be this. So the best spot on that planet actually to build would be like right up there. Around the cap. Where basically right where that moon is, just further but right there. And you can put solar panels up and you have energy forever. That's the thing, the polar caps, easily find ways of getting solar power. Like up in Alaska, there's a couple whole week out of the whole year that it's 23 hours of sunlight, and even then, it's not truly suns. It's not really no light. Just basically the sun's dipped a bit, but you got more than enough light to keep you up. On the dog days of Alaska, something like that. Large steel tubes and get them used up. All the have them and monster outside my house, but I know better. It is the snowplow. All I need is bulletproof glass for that to actually be done. Done? Have any? There. Some of that. It's kind of this gun's gonna. Oh. Oh. Oh, actually, 5. No, 20. Did not know you were not done yet. I am so sorry. Go ahead and front side done over there. Then where I'm going with this, I might take some stuff out and get. Or do I drop it down? Hmm. Depends on what I really want to do. Reactors are there. I can pop the assembler here. Arc reactor there. Up, up. And have that be like my main floor at the back there. Focus on just getting these done. Metal grids. That. These will be done for sure, at least. Because the Construction. A lot of sense. Oh, I'm out of power. Won't need that much to finish what I'm doing. Gonna let it my assembler crank all that stuff out. We kind of take the hydrogen thrusters for a fun little ride. Actually, probably burn up my tank as well. Reds, anchors. Boom. Oh, it ran out. Start producing something. I know power's important and all that. We want these things up and running. All I need is that. I can weld that one up until it needs those parts. Been having and more. Spread them out. No, it doesn't have a more. Close enough. The rest of the stuff in my inventory. Group. Groups. Toggle on and off. All blocks here for the and fly towards the moon a bit. So at 70 hydrogen. Really got me there quickly. It's more along the lines of now. Yeah. Fine, go set. You can add me on Steam. It's 1 second here. My name's different. It's Ocean Raid, all lowercase. production here. Don't have the gold quite yet. Yeah, no problem. Just give me 1 second. There you go, Ghost Network. Which ones are coming up for it? It should say Zach from Wyoming on it. It has a picture of a blue-eyed dragon. That helps you out at all. Man, thanks for adding me on Steam. Could use some gold. That's nickel. Foolish nickel, I don't want you. Go ahead and Go. Add you to Steam. Nice. Now, if you know a good server, let me know. I'm kind of looking for one. Space Engineers is good. New update actually fixed quite a bit. I'm loving it right now. Thruster didn't want to kick on right away. Him. Don't I have? I wouldn't mind doing it. I have a interesting schedule. We can talk more about it over Steam. Nice. Do you have any times or anything like that? Good. Do you have Discord? Just message me the link to it. And I'll actually wrapping up my stream here pretty soon. And I'll chat with you on there about it. I'm gonna end my stream here, so just message. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, go over and talk to you on that. I've been streaming for about 3 hours now. be on your Discord.